What if I told you that scientists recently discovered a brand new organ inside your body, one of the largest you have, and it was hiding in plain sight your entire life? Not a tiny gland, not some obscure cluster of cells, a vast, fluid-filled network that wraps around nearly every organ, runs beneath your skin, and may make up a fifth of all the fluid in your body. For centuries, it was right there, in every textbook drawing, in every dissection, and we completely missed it. Until a chance discovery in the last few years forced doctors to admit something humbling. The map of the human body is not finished, not even close. Let us go back to how this was found, because the story is almost unbelievable. Two doctors were performing a routine procedure. They were threading a tiny camera into a patient's bile duct, looking for signs of cancer, using a new laser-based tool that lets them see living tissue up close, in real time. And they saw something that should not have been there. Instead of the solid, dense wall of tissue that every anatomy book had promised them, they saw a network of interconnected spaces, fluid-filled compartments held together by a lattice of thick collagen, like a layer of microscopic bubble wrap. This was not in the textbooks. This was not what they had been taught for their entire careers. So they did what good scientists do. They started looking everywhere else in the body, and it was everywhere, beneath the skin, lining the lungs, wrapping the digestive tract, surrounding every artery and vein, casing the muscles. In one doctor's words, everywhere there was a lining to something, it seemed to be there. They called it the interstitium, the space between things. And here is why nobody had ever seen it properly before. The way we study tissue is to slice it thin, drain the fluid, and fix it onto a glass slide. But the interstitium is defined by its fluid. When you drain it, the spaces collapse. They flatten like a deflated balloon, and the whole structure looks like a solid, boring wall. For over a century, every time we looked at this tissue, we were destroying the very thing that made it special. We were looking at a dried-up, flattened ghost of a living, flowing organ and calling it connective tissue. It took a tool that could see inside a living person to finally catch it in the act. So what does this hidden organ actually do? The leading theory is that it is a shock absorber, a built-in cushioning system that keeps your organs from tearing as you move, twist, and bend. Every time your lungs expand, every time your gut churns, every time your heart beats against the tissue around it, this fluid-filled web absorbs the force. But it may do something far more important. The fluid inside it appears to be a major source of lymph, the fluid that feeds your immune system, that carries your white blood cells to where they are needed. Which means this overlooked network might be deeply tied to how your body defends itself every single day. And now we get to the part that could change medicine. Remember, these doctors found the interstitium while hunting for cancer. And what they discovered may explain one of the greatest mysteries in all of cancer research: how tumors spread. For a long time, this was a puzzle. Doctors knew that once a cancer invades a certain layer of tissue, it suddenly becomes far more dangerous, far more likely to spread to the lymph nodes. But why? Why would breaking into a dense wall of collagen suddenly set a tumor loose? Now there may be an answer, because it is not a dense wall at all. It is an open, fluid-filled highway, often under pressure, flowing directly into the lymphatic system. In the words of the scientist who helped find it, once cancer cells get in, it is like they are on a water slide. The tumor was never breaking through a wall. It was finding the on-ramp to a hidden river running through your entire body. And the implications do not stop at cancer. The slow aging of the collagen in this network may help explain why our skin wrinkles and why our limbs stiffen as we get older. The same spaces may play a role in swelling, in scarring, and in inflammatory diseases we still do not fully understand. There is even a strange clue most people carry on their own skin. When you get a tattoo, the ink settles into this exact layer. That is part of why a tattoo can fade, but never fully disappears. The pigment is sitting in your interstitium. So here is the truth. We tend to believe that the human body is solved, fully mapped, that every part has been named, every structure understood, every mystery closed. We walk around assuming the science is finished. But a network this enormous, wrapped around your organs, flowing beneath your skin, possibly feeding your immune system and carrying your cancers, went completely unrecognized until just a few years ago. Some scientists now argue it should be classified as the body's 80th organ. Others are still debating whether it qualifies at all. That debate is the point, because it means that even now, even with all our scanners and microscopes and centuries of dissection, your own body is still keeping secrets from the people who study it for a living. The map is not finished. The body is not solved. And somewhere inside you right now, in the silent spaces between everything, an entire hidden organ is quietly doing its work. If this changed the way you see your own body, hit subscribe, because your body is full of mysteries science is only beginning to solve. And next time, we explore another one. Why scientists now believe half of the cells inside you are not even human.